few weeks ago, another absolutely insane letter from Chris dropped, and it was written to Kenneth again, which isn't surprising because Kenneth is one of like the last few people writing Chris in jail. But before we get into the letter, I wanted to give you all an update and say that there is still no hearing date set for Chris, so as far as we know, it can be in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, nobody knows yet. But when we find out, I'll let you all know. All that aside, though, let's get into another ridiculous letter from Chris, and I hope y'all enjoy the video. Spark one up, and yeah, relax and enjoy. So, Chris says this letter you may upload online, and it's from January 19th, it looks like Chris wrote 2052, but 2022. Greetings, Kenneth. I have returned to my body once again, and I write personally today, with a few messages of insights and wisdom that as many as possible of my followers need to hear now. So, Chris has been writing letters as Sonichus, writing letters as like different people, but now he's back writing as Chris. Mainly, word has become conscious and heard by my body of a number of obvious false statements, even with fake edited quote-unquote photographs. I think this is about, I assume people are writing to Chris saying like fake stuff about Quickville again, and this is just driving him up a wall. And as this letter goes on, I think you'll be able to realize that Chris is like not caring about what's going on in jail, but he's caring about what people are doing to his characters outside of his influence while he's in there. But my body and I both know better and positively certain without any doubt the true facts and the outcomes. Awaken my followers. Oh, I love the way he says that. Awaken my followers, for those hateful faking individuals mean only to instigate false drama and shock upon you all, to make thou prone and easier prey for the demons. Ah, he caught us. He caught us. And to be messengers in relaying these to us, to instill insecurity and lack of confidence. This is and shall never be the case with I and my body, for we know better. Of course, Chris always knows better. Chris knows better than everybody. That's the running theme in these letters, that everyone who's like kind of doubting Chris, anyone who says anything about Chris, they don't know like Chris does, guys. You got to realize that. And we instill this truth and light power unto thee all, to clear the demons away, as many as possible, and keep the number of toxic ones left behind low as so, or lower. So I guess Chris doesn't want more toxic people to be left behind. I guess he's saying that, you know, all these falsehoods and all the people are putting online about him, which he's been talking about for over 20 years now. He's basically saying if you believe these things, you're going to become a toxic hater and not go to the dimensional merge. So be careful where you tread, ladies and gentlemen. I pray for and bring thee better lives in neo-spirituality. Do not let yourself become blinded again by demonics and sinners. It's amazing that Chris can point the finger and be like, you're all sinners, while he's in jail for doing what he did, but I digress. For if thou all are not able to discern tempestuous lies and drama from what is true and fact, ultimately thou all wouldst be in deep shit and troubles indeed. Like, this is what I'm talking about. It's so clear to see Chris is angrier than usual in this, because when does he ever curse in these letters? I mean, he's supposed to be Jesus, but now he's back in his own body. I guess that's why he can curse now, but just seeing him say, like, man, you're going to be in some deep shit, it's funny. Before closing, and mind you, I'm going to point out right now that this is not anywhere near closing, but before closing, a few more guidelines for y'all's written and drawn input for the Sonichus and Rose True books. But know that nothing, any and all of thee contribute in extensive stories or short stories or tidbit thoughts to reaffirm for everyone's safety, including yours, all not manifested from my experience and hands as of August 1st, 2021, until further personal notice, are absolutely not canon with this timeline and its set of universes within, or my book series, until after I personally read/view thereover sometime after returning with my living and safe immortal body to our home at the Sonichus Temple. So, fuck me. Yeah, it's clear now, Chris is not having people draw him like fan fictions in jail, and I guess the reason he's like so upset about it is because Chris has always had this idea that when he says something on the internet and he directs it to everybody, everyone will hear it. So when he says, hey, that's not canon, that's not true, don't draw my Sonichus books, he assumes that everyone got the message and that everyone understands. But now that he's in jail and doesn't have things to get out, like he started this letter by saying, hey, you need to inform everybody about this, because he wants everybody to know that nothing you do, nothing you draw, or nothing you say about Sonichus makes any fucking difference into whether it's real or not. Because to Chris, you're just trying to fuck up his whole canon, and he's not about that. So, yeah, he like I said, Chris is not having it. On that, in better light of confirmations, I rescind my invitation to the temple for those I have not personally talked with their phone numbers not in my phone or address book. That being stated, now Chris will go into a list, but I really wanted to just touch on that up there, that a few months ago and even a few weeks ago, Chris was telling people, go to the Sonichus Temple and give Barb things. And I'd said then, no, everyone should be in their, better judgment as to not do that. Don't interact with Chris in any way or his family. Don't go to his house, no nothing. And I'm happy to see that Chris is even saying there, hey, he doesn't give permission anymore. So again, nobody go to their house. And just we're not even going to get into that. Just don't go. If I or Christine Chan are not the central focus of thy stories, you may keep us in as only support or background characters in active duties and work. And then in brackets, Chris writes, she and I mainly rest within milliseconds of time with full recovery afterwards, and we both actively meditate innately and consciously. We are not lazy. We do fight our battles, socialize, and diplomatically work actively and respectfully. So that first line of this little tangent Chris is going on is absolutely it speaks to Chris's person just by saying, if I or Christine Chan are not the central focus of thy stories, you may keep us in as only support or background characters. But it's the first thing Chris has to say is yo, remember, at the end of the day, the Sonichus comics are about me. And so that's what you can take from that. Let's move on. Neither Christine Chan or I are overweight nor fat. There is absolutely to be no mention of either word or any indication thereof in regards to us. So, alright, come on. See, this is what I said. Stop writing Chris, but who's writing Chris and just calling him fat? That's just a dick move. Christine Chan and I respectfully were spiritually lost for a time, but she has found herself and come around in 2010, and I have starting from 2014 and 2017/2018, and even more so in the past couple of years now. Keep those details in mind when writing ... Next page. So yeah, writings of either Christine Chan or I. I am the goddess Blue Heart, we know that, complete with goddess form. Christine Chan is not with god or goddess form, but she is rank 3, out of a common maximum of 5, goddess in general. Christine Chan has the female superform, in brackets, shown in Sonichus 11, where she mega evolves or goes super with 7 Chaos Emeralds or 7 Chaotic S2 Crystal Balls. So I just have to jump in and say, I know it's Sonichus, it's Sonic and Pikachu, or it's Sonic franchise and Pokemon, but why can't you pick one? Why can't you pick Mega Evolution or the Chaos Emerald? It was always the Chaos Emerald. Why is it now Mega Evolution? And besides, even if Chris was only arrested 6 months ago, Mega Evolution hasn't been around in the games for quite a while. Now Chris doesn't know anything about Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that shit's all but gone from the game. Nonetheless, let's move on. So yeah, the Sonichus Crystal Balls, that's hard to read, but I'm pretty sure Chris writes, when I'm either her human or Sonichus form. I hover, have the set typical Sonichu Mega / Super form, but my fur color becomes lavender and brown for the back stripes and tailbone. Dear God, this is hard to read. And my left eye orange and my right eye red. That reminds me of that, like, one time he was showing his eyes and he was like, and this eye's brown. So I don't know why that reminded me of that, but I can also be in goddess form and mega evolve / go super, which that combination would even trump Wally / Flashes and Archie's Sonichu powers and abilities and then some. In brackets, see the Death Battle simulation episode of the 2 for more details. Dear God, this is a mess. To state again, while Barbara is my Earth Mom, the god Emmanuel is in fact my mother, for your reference. Christine Chan is not a direct child of Emmanuel, however, and obviously, not a Jesus Christ direct. So I think what Chris is saying right there is he's about to retcon the whole Jesus shit. I don't know what we're about to get into later in this letter, but it seems like just what he said there, he's about to stop saying he's Jesus. But on that, Sonichu Prime and Rosie Rose Chew Prime. It's amazing how he can jump between all these different things, but neither of them are Jesus Christ, directly and whatnot. But divinely and spiritually are as opposed to my body being manifested from one of Emmanuel's ovum that had... Here, that's so weird to say. Yeah, Emmanuel's ovum that had been implanted into Barbara's ovary. A piece of myself had been implanted, respectively, into the mother Pikachu. What the fuck? I thought he was writing this as Chris. Now, I forgot. Chris is a Sonichu, and also God, and also can Mega Evolve. Why did I forget these things? But to the mother Pikachu and to the mother Raichu that gave birth to the pair of male-born Pichus that would become Sonichu and Rosie by the Chaotic Rainbow and the collision with Supersonic in February 2003. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. I tell you all, direct and true, now, to clear this detail up for good, ... I love how he puts the asterisks there. It really is like this is his Twitter feed. Like, he's typing in things he would type on a computer. But let's go to the next page. Neither Sonichu Prime or Rosie Rose Chew Prime are in any form direct siblings or blood related. And that is the same in relations between I or Christine Chan. So, once again, Chris is writing this as Chris, but now there's two Chris's. Alright. And any of the individual Sonichus and Rose Chews, including the pair of primes, Sonichu and Rosie, no direct or blood relation whatsoever. The exact same can be stated between Emmanuel and I in present or past life. Emmanuel was / is my mother / father, but not in direct relation, but in divine spirituality. Emmanuel is my parent as much as I am the parent of Sonichu Prime and Rosie Rose Chew Prime. So to be blunt, whoa, there is absolutely no incest-wincest between Sonichu, Rosie, Christine Chan, and I mean, in any of the sexual relations. What? Like, okay, so he's not bringing up Barb, I guess. Like, he should have wrote Christine Chan and Barb, but between Sonichu and Rosie, I guess people were writing him saying that he was fucking on them too. I don't know where Chris is out with this, but no incest-wincest, guys. Come on. Thou gutter brains among my followers. Oh, man. And a reminder to keep thy writings / drawings under between TVY7 and TV14 content guidelines. That's a pretty big gap. I'm not going to lie. Like, you got TVY7, TVPG, and then TV14. I mean, TV14's Family Guy level shit, whereas, like, TVY7 is, I mean, Billy and Mandy got pretty far out there at times. I remember clips with him with, like, his face all scratched off, but, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, a kid's show. Like, there's a big margin of error there. And also, Sonichu has dipped into TVMA territory before, so I don't know what Chris is on about this, but this is another one of those things where Chris looks at the television guidelines like a law. Like, you have to follow that shit, so keep it in those lines. Also, As long as there is no portrayal of genitals or nipples, since the species is fur-covered anyway, all clothing attired Sonichus and Rosechus may be drawn without clothing, but never without their fur. Oh, Chris, don't put that weird-ass idea in people's head. Clothing is optional among the individuals of the Pokemon species. Okay. If thy content can't be shown on Cartoon Network's or Nickelodeon's day hours, it does not fly with me. And refer to the previous letter from my body for additional guidelines. So, yeah, you know, keep that Sonichu shit. Like, he went this whole letter talking about how nothing is canon, you know, don't be doing this shit. But if you are going to do it, at least keep it clean. So, I guess Chris has some type of morals. And I think we move on to the final page. And at present, until my body's released from jail and safe return to the Sonichu Temple, any donations to the inmate account may only be made through post office money orders for fastest processing. In other words, go to your local post office and address me at the jail's address. MoneyGram is not accepted here. Don't send Chris any money, no matter what. That is all for now. I do not like to see anyone of good or neutral either fall into toxic and get left behind. So monitor thy choices and actions and be conscious not to be tempted or influenced by demons. Keep that in mind, Kenneth Englehart. So, yeah, so Chris was really directing this at Kenneth. I do believe that Kenneth made his own, like, weird Sonichu parody. Or, like, I guess he actually tried to add characters into Sonichu. Knowing Kenneth, he was probably taking it serious, but, just a weird situation all around, and Chris was not having it. So Chris says, stay safe and well. Miss Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu, the Goddess Blue Heart Avatar, Lord, Messiah, Savior, and God of all. So, we've talked about it before. Chris's signature alone is a very good example of how his ego has completely blown up into immeasurable levels. Chris loves writing lists in these letters, and I think him just giving himself a bunch of names like that, like Avatar, Lord, and all that, is just him trying to make more lists. This was one of the most far-out letters out there. The incest-wincest thing had me rolling, like, what? Like, I guess it's... Everything he must be hearing and saying in these letters must be influenced from other letters, because that's really the only type of outside interaction he's had with the world. We don't know when Chris is getting out. It could be soon, it could be very long away, no one knows. But the one thing that isn't going to change is these letters. Now, I've said before, I'm going to really slow down on these because they're all very, like, they all blend in, you know? It's Chris is saying a lot of the same shit in each and every letter. But this one, man, just had me, this one had me dying, so I wanted to share it with all y'all. But, yeah, if more updates happen, you know you'll be able to find them here. But other than that, yeah, we're going to have to slow down with these letters because they are, like, it's like beating a dead horse at this point, guys. Like, it's not as fun as it was at the beginning, but if the letter's something batshit like this, hell yeah, we'll cover it. Other than that, I want you guys to stay safe and have a good day. I want to give a shout out to Sky, Krabby, your mom, Holly, Tyler. You guys are goats. And yeah, I hope all of y'all just have a great rest of your day. And go get something to eat. Spark one up again. It's only been like 18 minutes, but you know what? Spark another blunt up. Go smoke a ciggy. Go do whatever you want to do to have a good day. And I hope you're having a better day than Chris, because Chris is not having it, ladies and gentlemen.